recording right now. So as this gentleman that's about to speak is going to go over how he's been able to change like hundreds, if not thousands of people's lives, guys, I want you to take notes on this because this is not just simple information that he just learned in a day. This is information that has been acquired over 2 to 3 years with the time, and he's condensing it in a call for you guys to get fast access to use it right away. You know, what took him 2.5 years to learn and be able to interpret and explain, he's giving it to you right now on this call so you can save time and change your life. Okay. So I'm so grateful and proud of this gentleman right here. You know, one of the brand new producers on the team, one of the hardest working people, Jake Maldonado. Let's go. Guys, drop some fires in the chat for this gentleman. Let's get it.
All right, bet. All right, guys. So, Josh, I love you. You're amazing. Jay, I love you. You guys are amazing. All the other leaders, you guys are amazing. Now, what I'm gonna go over, because like I noticed a lot of people have an issue with prospecting, right? And just simply inviting people, you know, or at least they think that they do, right? And I think that it's because, you know, somebody might have told you. So make sure you guys have pen and paper, right? But somebody probably told you is like, oh yeah, everyone's gonna want to do this. You're assuming everybody's gonna want to do this, right? Because I thought the same thing. I'm like, dude, who would not want to do this? So I saw the information, I seen a Zoom call, and I was like, dude, who would not want to do this? Every single one of my good friends were like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. And I was like, bro, what? Like, this is crazy. So you have to expect a ton of no's, guys. That's the first thing. You have to expect a ton of no's. Now, as far as actually prospecting somebody successfully, this is what you have to do, right? So number one, write down, become trustworthy. Okay. You have to become trustworthy with people. Now, the whole point of like sales, you know, like some people say like, oh, we're in the business of building relationships, whatever, blah, blah. Like at the end of the day, we're selling a fucking program, guys. So just understand that. My bad. I did not mean to swear, but that's the reality of this. So you have to learn, you know, sales skills and sales tactics. Okay. So become trustworthy. You know, how do you do that? You ask them questions. You know, you just simply ask them questions. Guys, look up what forum is. Some people say like family or, you know, where are you from? But this is what I do. I say, where are you from? What do you do for work? What do you do for fun? And then I don't say like the motivation part. I just say for the M, it's my message, right? Like kind of like my pitch. So every time they say something from where they're from, immediately I just think about how I can relate to that. When they say something about a job, I immediately think about how I can relate to that, even if it's something that my friend did for work, right? What they do for fun, that part's easy too, because it's like a lot of what people do is something that you've probably done before. You'd be like, oh, dude, golfing, yeah, I'm horrible at it, but you know, it seems like a really fun sport to play, you know, and like just be cool with them, talk to them, right? And then just by you doing form, they're gonna start to trust you guys, okay? Now, our job, basically, when you're prospecting somebody and you're getting on the phone with them, you have to find out this, okay? There's a ton of different varieties of people, but these are like the 3 main types of people, right? So write down 3 types of people, okay? Now, the first person is a collaborator, right? So you have to find out like who they are, what category they fall in within you doing your form. And like, that's the biggest part right there. So they're either a collaborator, an assertive person, or an analytical person, right? So you have to find out like really what they want. So a collaborator, like collaborative person, they're really easy to talk to, you know, because they're like all about a team sport. Like they're just all about being in a team, right? They're super cool. You know, it's really easy to talk to them. You can probably just be yourself with those people. They're the best people to talk to. And then there's assertive people. Okay, so these ones are fun because assertive people, like you guys probably all know somebody that's super assertive, right? And they just, you know, need to puff out their chest. They need to be like the biggest dude in the room and all this kind of stuff. Those are the easy ones because they have such a big ego, guys, that they will literally admit to their like successes, right? So they're gonna admit that they have the money to do this. You know, they're gonna admit this and that. They're gonna, you know, puff their chest out and be like, you think I can't do this, bro? You know, so those are the easiest people to sign up, right? Because they just have such this huge ego. To where they need to prove something to you, right? And they're fun too, you know, they're fun. So with a collaborator, just be nice and friendly. With an assertive person, it's weird because you don't want to be more assertive than them. I know that sounds weird because you always want to be the sharpest person in the room, but you don't really want to be more assertive with them because then it's just going to create confrontation, right? So what I do with them is like I kind of just let them be right. You know, I'm like, oh yeah, dude, for sure, for sure. I just agree with them. You know, I just agree with them because that's what they want, right? Now, analytical people, this is where I've always struggled the most with analytical people because I'm a fun guy, you know what I mean? And then like analytical people, I'll hop on the phone with them. They want to see this, this, that, and third. And I'm like, oh my God, you're a headache. Now, with those ones, you got to be like really sharp, still be friendly, but just be sharp and be very, very professional. Okay. Three types of people: collaborator, assertive, analytical people. Okay. And then those are the things that you want out of them. I'll just say it real quick again: collaborators, you can be yourself, mention a lot about how, you know, we have a team, an awesome community where we all just like help out each other, right? They're going to love that. Assertive people kind of fill their ego a little bit, you know, let them be right. Ask them questions because they always want to prove something to you. And they're literally going to tell you how to sell them on this just by talking to them, just by them needing to prove things right. And the thing about assertive people is it's so easy to sign them up because their emotional intelligence is so dull. It's almost not even there, right? Um, Analytical people just break down numbers, you know, talk about results and things like that. Now, the next thing you guys need to learn is tie downs. Okay, and I use this a lot, and I'm sure anybody in here, if I prospected you, right, or if I've done a prospecting call with you, you've probably seen me do a tie down, right? So a tie down, write this down, is like, wouldn't you agree? Am I correct? Right? So an example that, let's say I'm talking to somebody and they end up telling me that they want to make more money for their kids. They're broke, blah blah blah, whatever, right? Later on, if I'm having some sort of issue with getting them launched, like they don't really want to, I'll bring up, I'll be like, hey, so, you know, after everything that you saw, you know, after the presentation, you would probably say this is the best company you can go with. Wouldn't you agree? They're gonna say yes. Okay. The next thing, yeah, exactly. The next thing, like you bring up their why, you know, because when you ask them for them, you're gonna find out how to sell them. So once somebody says, "Oh yeah, I want to make more money for my kid," and be like, "Hey, yeah, you know," after you talk to them, ask them the closing questions, at that point you just say, "Hey, so I remember you said that you want to do this for your kid and make more money for your kids so that they can go to college, correct?" They're gonna say yes. So you just get them to say yes a bunch of times with these tie downs, and subconsciously they're ready to say yes. It's so crazy, guys. Look this stuff up on YouTube. And then there's takeaways. For the longest time, I was really, really bad at takeaways just because I didn't have the confidence to throw something out there and then take it away from them. I'm like, dude, that just sounds like a horrible idea, but it works amazing, right? Um, in the right moments, you want to do takeaways. So, for example, right now, this is a takeaway, guys. So the mastery pack used to be 2,000. For those of you that don't know, right? It used to be $2,000. Now it's 175, which is insane, right? So something you could do is like show them that this used to be $2,000 and be like, yeah, no, we have a promo going on right now. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I don't know how long it's gonna be 175, but dude, this is the perfect time for you to be talking to me. You know, this is the perfect time for you to be on this call. And then that's just kind of like taken away because you're not letting them. They're understanding that, damn, like this is $2,000. This is some fucking very good value, and I'm getting it for 175. Bro, like that, they're gonna be like, yeah, it's a no-brainer. Obviously, I'm gonna sign up, right? So takeaways and tie downs, super, super important. And this is something that helped me out a lot. It's kind of weird, but I would literally sit there and I would look in the mirror, right? There's a mirror right here. I look in the mirror and I would just talk to myself about this, right? I would prospect myself, and then in the mirror, I would be the person talking back, and I'd throw myself objections. And it was just super weird. But I did that for like 20, 30 minutes a day. And eventually I got really good. You know, eventually I got really, really good. I was role playing with myself. You know, it's kind of weird. Um, Next thing you can do is like every day, guys. Every day, guys, what you can do is like just go up to somebody and compliment them on their shoes, you know, or their shirt, whatever, right? And this is a great way to prospect, a super, super good way to prospect, guys. So what you can do is just like, let's say I see Joanna walking down the street or something like that, right? We're in the gas station. She has a nice blouse on or something. But oh yeah, I really like that shirt. Like, cool, cool, yeah, yeah. I'm like, where'd you get it from? I want to get one for my girl. And stupid. And then she'll tell me, and I'll be like, okay, cool, cool. I'm like, you from the area? She's like, yeah, yeah. I actually stay on the east side of Milwaukee. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I do too. You got Instagram? You seem like a pretty cool person. We should connect. And she'll give me my Instagram, right? Um, Kobe. But guys, like every single day I do this. Every single day I do this, you know, and I'll post about it pretty often. I mean, you know, you guys will see it if you're in like that apprentice group, I'll post it and be like, dude, shit's easy, right? Um, yes, Instagram is your resume. Now, this is something I hear a lot. This is something I hear a lot, right? People and I was the same way too. You know, when I told my first mentor, I'm like, bro, you know, in this first month, if I can make enough to pay my rent, I'll start showing people, right? And he just looked at me. He was like, yeah, for sure, dude. You know, he knew damn well I wasn't gonna make no $1,000 in my first month. And here's the crazy part, guys. Right, I hit this rank that was paying out $2,000 a month within 72 days, and every single person on my team knew I was not profitable. But like my excitement and my energy of learning this is what attracted them to this, you know. And I'm like, dude, right now I'm learning, I'm fumbling in the bag, I'm messing up, and it's on me though, right? It's on me. It's not the academy, it's not this and that. Like it's a great academy. They're killing it, but I always go on, I do my own trades, I stay on for hours, I do some crackhead shit. Um, but I was like, dude, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be a millionaire one day, right? And that's how I built a team with it was like 75 plus people, guys, right? And I had no results. Everyone on my team knew I was not profitable, right? What I would do is I would use other people, right? So guys, right now, perfect example, Jordan, right? He's funded 25 grand. Fucking dude, he's at like 130 or 140 G's right now. It's been 6 weeks since he's been funded. You can tell people that story. I tell people that all the time, and I'm like, dude, it's crazy. I try telling him, bro. I try telling him he wants to wait. He wants to wait till he's funded. I think 300 grand or something. But yeah, it's insane, dude. It's insane. Um, I use that story all the time. Every single time I'm talking to somebody, I'm like, dude, it's crazy because I've seen people do this for a year, man. They don't make nothing, right? They're super lazy. They're not dedicated to anything. They don't have any like real ambition in their life. And then I see people like this dude Jordan that joined the team about 3-4 months ago. After 3 months, he got funded. In the past 6 weeks now, this dude's made 100 grand. Now I can't say I've made that much money before, right? I'd be lying to you if I said that. But there's people who come in here on my team that crush it. I'm like, you could be one of those people, man. You just got to put in the work, right? I'm being super transparent. I'm letting them know like I don't make that much money and letting them know other people's stories, right? I'll talk about Josh and Jay's story. Depending on what kind of person they are, if they're from the hood, I might talk about Jay's story. I might tell my story, right? If there's somebody that is more like Josh, I'm gonna bring up Josh, right? I'm gonna talk about those people. That's the whole thing, guys. Like you don't need results to recruit somebody, right? So you literally think that you think it's necessary, right? It's all in your head. Like if you came to them in a conversation, you told them that you were making 10 bands a month, you would talk completely different to them because right? Like you're certain that you're making that much money, right? That's what makes people sign up with you. It's your certainty in what you do, not your results, right? It's not like you're sitting there when you're prospecting somebody, guys. It's not like you're sitting there the entire time, like, yeah, I just made 10 grand, I just made 10 grand, I just made 10 grand. You bring it up for 1 second. You bring it up for 1 second how much money you've made. They have an entire 15 or 20 minutes of talking to you where they're thinking about all this other stuff, right? So this is where it's all in your head, right? So just like a promo, for some of you guys who've been in Driven for a while, do you remember when it was $2,000 a month and they had a promo where it was $500 a month, right? Everybody went bananas. Everybody went crazy, right? Because they knew it was for such a short period of time. And it's crazy, right? Because now that they know and everyone else knows, right, like that it's only 175 a month or 175 to start up and it's everlasting. It's not a short promo. They're not going as crazy, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's all in your head. Like if you knew right now that we are gonna have a promo and everything was just $50, dude, everybody would enroll somebody. Everybody would enroll somebody because they have this insane energy of because there's such a short amount of time for them to get this plug when really 175 is the plug, dude. Like just put it in your head, like, bro, this is a $2,000 value, man. I was selling it for 175 to you, right? And I see it all the time, guys. I see people do promos, right? My mentors have done promos. Everybody goes fucking crazy, goes absolutely insane. The promo's done, and they don't have that same energy when it was just $100 off. That's the whole thing I'm saying. It's in your guys' head, right? Results aren't necessary. Do they help? Yes, for sure. But they are not necessary, guys. And that's what you need to understand. If I could have done it, right? If I built an organization of 75 plus people, with no results. I mean, everybody can. And if you're not having results, and like you really truly feel like you need to have results to actually go out and recruit people, then start getting some fucking results, right? Start calling your mentors, blowing them up, asking them like, hey dude, I just seen this call out in the chat, or I just seen this call out driven, how do I take it? Something I do, guys, with my team, when they get started, I'm like, hey dude, every time I call it a trade, Jordan, the driven, whenever there's a trade call out, call me, I'm gonna walk you through it. My leaders do the same thing, guys. By the second or third day, they are completely aware of how to trade on MetaTrader, right? That's the whole amazing thing, is like immediately you can get results, fucking immediately. And then by the second week, I'm like, dude, you ready to start doing that challenge? Like Martin, he just signed like 3 weeks ago. He's about to do his challenge next week because he knows how to do this, right? He knows how to trade on a demo account. So that's pretty much everything, guys. But just real quick, become trustworthy, right? And understand the 3 types of people that there is in the world. Use tie downs; those are fucking huge, guys. Give value, then take it away, right? Like this free mentorship chat. There's 150 people, and I think it just had 151 people in it, and we're giving them value. And towards the end of the week, we're gonna take it away, right? And then we'll do like a little bit of some call outs here and there, like once a day or something, and then we're gonna show them results of our VIP group chat. We're gonna be like, dude, guys, this is results from our VIP group chat. Like you need to tap in. They're gonna tap in. If they're actually taking trades on MetaTrader, they're gonna tap in and be like, dude, I just made $8,000 on my demo account. What can I do in real life? What can I do with a real $10,000 account? What can I do with a real $100,000 account? There's this guy out in Colorado. Jenny got him into the chat, and he had hit me up, and he was like, "Hey, bro, could you help me out with some stuff with this?" I talked to him for just a little bit, guys, and immediately he was like, "Oh yeah, dude." He was like, "That's a bet." He was like, "I'll pay the 175," or I told him 190 because of $15 fee. He was like, "All right, yeah, bet, dude. I'll pay that tonight." He was like, "Just call me whenever you're not busy." I told him, "Okay, bet, dude. I'll call you after I'm done doing the Zoom call." Now that's the sales tactics part, right? Now, as far as talking about actually prospecting people, this is the easiest part of everything that we do. Is just prospecting, right? And I'll give you guys some examples. So this is my schedule of what I do every day. I mean, there's times I'll slack, you know what I mean? I don't want to do it for like a week or something, I'm on some lazy shit. But this is what I do literally probably like 80% of the time, guys. So to AJ Nelson, all I do is I'll go to Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, right? And then I will look at these people's stories and I'll just respond to every single one of them, right? Every single person. So AJ, I never talked to him before. I was like, my boy got a good ass job. You like it? He was like, definitely my first step to financial freedom. I wanted to get into your trading group too soon as I get some paychecks rolling. We're getting on a call tomorrow. I've never even talked to this dude. All I said, my boy got a good ass job. You like it? Question mark. It's not weird to hit people up, right? This girl, Angela. I was like, nice pic, man, because she just posted a selfie. She was like, yeah, thank you. And I'm like, no problem. Where are you from? And then she was like, I'm actually from Milwaukee. And then I haven't responded yet. I just opened it right now. Let me see. That person just hearted it. This girl, Brianna, right? She was actually somebody who got scammed on one of my fake pages. Dude, it sucked. I've been trying to get her on for like a year, and she finally was about to do it, and she got fucking scammed. But she posted a story of, she said, come see me now. She's in car sales. I was like, you're a server now? She said, no, I'm expecting a little guy. So I've been at the dealership. So being at the dealership is kind of rough. They expect you to be there from 9 to 9. Just took a medical leave with them until I give birth. I'm bartending at Victor's. So I definitely need to get into trading. Just give me like a couple weeks. All I did was say, you're a server now, right? I just respond to people's stories, guys. It's not weird. And understand something too. I mean, I hit up like 30 people today. Oh, no, sorry. That's a lie. I haven't done my last 10. So I hit up 20 people today, and I think like 8 responded, So I mean, that's still pretty good. That's how I do it every single day, guys. That's how I do it, and I do believe, I think, I'm like the top personal enroller in Wi-Fi money, I think. And I think it's because I just have normal conversations with these people, dude. Like, you can rip out those automated text messages all you fucking want. But at the end of the day, dude, just having a normal conversation and building that trust, right, is what's going to get you to enroll them. I'm just friends with them at first. And then they start looking at my page and they're like, damn, dude, this dude trades. What is he up to? They always bring it up at least after a couple days. So always bring it up, guys. So this is what I do right away in the morning. Every morning, I pretty much wake up at like 3 or latest 4 o'clock. I'll do my personal development, I'll work out, blah, blah. After I get done working out and I shower, I eat. And then while I'm eating, guys, right, while I'm eating, get my day started, I message 10 people. And I follow up with those 10 people from before. And I write them down. The last 3 days I haven't written them down, slacking on that, but I'll just scroll and be like, oh yeah, hit that person up. Like, hey, good morning, blah, blah, whatever, right? Dude, if you think about it, that's, and then at noon, right, like at 12 to 3 o'clock, I'll do a new set of 10 people. I'll go on their stories, just respond to them, whatever. And then at nighttime, around like 7 or 8 o'clock, I'll do another 10, right? And I'll follow up with the 10 from before. So every day, guys, that's 60 people, right? And sometimes it's even more because I'm just talking to so many freaking people. That's what gets you personal enrollments, man. And yeah, sure, it might take longer, but once you do it for a week straight, think about all the outreach that you just had from just simply responding to stories, or you see them post something and then you respond to it. Like this dude Ricardo, he posted a picture of his family, and I was like, dude, you genuinely have a really beautiful family. I messaged him, I was like, bro, I love the pic. I love seeing how happy you are. That's awesome that you got 2 daughters and a wife. I'm sure that's crazy though. We're talking, and then he was like, dude, I've actually been watching you. Like we were just talking today, and he was like, bro, I've been watching you for a few years now. And he was like, I kind of want to do it. I'm just kind of scared about it. And I asked him why he's scared. He hasn't responded yet. So it's like all you do is just talk to people. I really don't do anything like the copy and paste messages. I tried that for a while. I don't mean to piss anybody off if that's how you teach your team, right? But I tried that, right? My first mentor, he was making 25 grand a month at this time. He sent an automated message to like people that had 12 or more people on the team. He was like, send it out to 100 people. It works. Dude, I literally sent it out to 100 people for like 5 days straight. And I'm like, fuck this. People are laughing at me. At that point, I told my mentor that was below him, and I was just messaging people, just talking to them. And I started rolling them. I'm like, bro, I'm like, you know what's way better? I'm like, just talking to people like normal. He was like, yeah, but that just takes a lot of time, man. I just like sending out my 40 messages, in the morning, afternoon, and then at night, just like copy and paste. And I'm like, I'm enrolling more people than you, bro. I'm pretty sure this is what works, And yeah, sure, it might take more time, but they trust you way more. So when you get on the phone with them, they're in the bag, baby. You know what I mean? They're in the bag. The only thing that stops them is money. That's how I prospect people, guys. I just talked to them. Don't be weird about it. Don't be scared. People aren't going to be that mean. And something that helped me too, I'll try to wrap this up. But something that helped me too was, for those of you who don't know, I used to be a drug addict, right? And then I started going to these recovery meetings. And yeah, no, definitely, definitely, Ashley. I would go to these recovery meetings, and then after like a month, one of the guys in the meeting, he was like, hey Jake, he's like, you're gonna speak next week. He's like, pick a topic. And I was like, okay. I'm like, dude, I'm brand new at this. There was a guy in the sober living house, and I was freaking out about it the entire week. I'm like, bro, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm gonna sound so stupid. He was like, bro, he's like, just say everything from your heart. And then I was like, okay, yeah, do whatever. So he was like, just what's relatable to you right now? Talk about that. I was like, okay, cool. So I'm freaking out. I'm sweating like crazy. Before I stand up, he was like, hey, bro. It's like, just listen to me right now. He was like, you are not that important. I'm like, what? What do you mean? He was like, bro, nobody's gonna walk out of here after you say what you say, and they're gonna be like, dude, did you hear Maldo? The dude's so fucking stupid. He was like, bro, nobody's gonna say that. So after that, that's when I was like, dude, you're right. Like, I'd never think about what people say in a lead. Like, I might think like, okay, that's kind of weird. That's a weird topic to bring up, but whatever. And I'll talk about it. Once I leave the meeting, it's completely out of my head, right? So just remember that you're not that important. I know it sounds weird, but it's going to help you out a lot if you just remember you are not that important to where people will literally sit there and think these crazy thoughts about you for hours on that. They're going to think it for maybe a second and move on. People have short attention span. They're going to look and scroll on fucking TikTok or something. They completely forget about you. So all sales is, guys, it's a transference of certainty. It's a transference of emotion, right? So all you have to do is get people to be certain. How do you get someone to be certain of this? You have to get them to believe that you believe in this program, right? So like, put in your head that you genuinely believe you are going to make it with this, and you're going to talk to people with such conviction in your voice of the belief in this program that they're going to be like, damn, dude, I'm all in. If you guys are new, I suggest you don't do calls on your own. You're gonna fucking fumble the bag. I promise you that. If you're on my team direct, I mean, I don't really care who you can always use me if you want. If you're on my team directly, use me, use Brandon, use Landon, right? Use Josh, use Jay. If you're like around like Justin and Kobe's team, like, dude, Justin and Kobe, I kicked it with them for a week in Orlando, dude. I'm just like listening to talk. Like they got a mouthpiece on them. You know what I mean? Like, they're super, super cool. I feel like they could both get down or up to anybody's level if they needed to, right? And then you just see what they're talking about. You see how they do things. All you got to do is copy them, man. That's it. Zena, she's like a collaborator, man. You get on calls with her, you're gonna see how she's probably super, super friendly and professional, right? Like, copy that. It's obviously working. You know, Kobe's going fucking crazy. Dude always is. Justin, they've always been going crazy because they got a mouthpiece on them, you know, and then just listen to them and copy what they say. That's pretty much everything for the call. You know, I don't really have too much else on prospecting, but I hope that helped you guys out. I'm gonna end this call right now. DM me if you have any questions on the things I said. All right. Love y'all. Peace.